Yes, friends. Today I am taking my second prediction. What my second prediction? I predicted. Let me again remind the people who are just linked to me by WhatsApp message or WhatsApp messages, because in 2017 on 18th September, because it is 17 the about Prime Minister Modi, I just predicted that he will be the Prime Minister in 2019 as well as in 2024. Okay, so my prediction was on 18th September 2017. The reason was that first time I saw his horoscope on his birthday in 2017, 17th September 1950 is his date of birth, right? And time of birth is 12/21. Time of birth, and place of birth is Badnagar, Gujarat, right, India. So when I saw his horoscope first time in 2017, after his birthday was celebrated in 2017, right? So on 18th of this, I just sent the message to my WhatsApp members, and this is just neutral. It is 100% true, because I have just searched that message of mine, so that one can just because some of the people, some of my colleagues, or some of the classmates, not classmates but my students as well, they requested me, "Sir, why don't you predict this online? I mean by video message, etc." So that's why I'm taking this. I've taken this here. The reason is because of those requests of the students. The same message I just searched, and I have found that message, that on 18th September 2017 I predicted that Mr. Modi will be again Prime Minister in 2019 as well as in 2024. Reason is his best period of life, the best period of his life will start from 11th October 2020 to 11th October 2027. Just to utilize this best period of his life, he has to just improve upon his position of the previous years, previous time period, right? So on the basis of this, I just predicted that he will be the Prime Minister in 2019. So he became the Prime Minister. I'm not saying that because of my prediction he became the Prime Minister, because of his efforts, whatever. Now I'm describing his horoscope. Okay, what are the yogas form, conjunctions in his horoscope form? What are the best period for his life? What is the better period? What is the, and all those events which has happened or which have happened in his life. Okay, or major events I'll talk about that, how this the same period, in the same period which I'm just going to talk about this. Okay, in the same period those events happened in his life. The reason is the first time he became Chief Minister of Gujarat, or he replaced Keshubhai Patel, the Chief Minister of Gujarat in those days, in 2001. So on 3rd October, I've written down here, on 3rd October 2001, he replaced Keshubhai Patel. 3rd October 2001, he replaced Keshubhai Patel as Chief Minister of Gujarat. And on again 7th October, he took the oath of Chief Minister of Gujarat, right? But on 3rd October, he replaced Keshubhai Patel of Gujarat. So on that day, the major period was of Venus, right? Then this is, in Sanskrit it is known as Mahadasha. There are 5 periods, okay, major period, some major period, some major period, some major period. In this way there are 5 periods, okay, and these 5 periods are known as Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratyantardasha, Sukshmadasha, and Pranadasha. So Pranadasha is the last, the 5th period. So what are those 5 periods? First was Venus period, major period of Venus for 20 years. It started in 1984. 11 October 1984. After that, for 20 years up to 2004, right? 11th October 2004. For 20 years, Venus period was running for him, or was there for him, right? Venus major period for 20 years. The largest period of planet Venus is there for 20 years. So 20 years period of Venus was he obtained in the period from 1984, 11th October 1984 to 2004, right? 11th October 2004. And after 2004, for 10 years, he got the period for 6 years, he got period of sun from 2004 to 2010, right? For 6 years, up to 11 October 2010. I'll just note down here. And after that, for 10 years, now present day, his moon period is running for 10 years, right? From 2010 to 2000, this one, 2010 to 2020, 11th October 2020, for 10 years. Moon period, major period on moon is 10 years, right? For sun it is 6 years. For Venus it is 20 years. So Venus first, he enjoyed the period of 20 years for Venus from 1984 to 2004, 20 years, right? 84 to 2004. 1984 to 2004, 11th October 2000, I'll just note down here. And after that, after 20 years, then sun period started for 6 years, from 2004 to 2010, 6 years. Okay, 4 added 6 years, that means up to 2010. From 2010, for 10 years, now moon period is running at present. And in this period, I'll just describe it how he obtained better opportunities or most appropriate opportunities of his life during these periods. I'll just talk about. But best period of one's life is of his Lagna periods. Lagna Lord, ascendant Lord is Mars. So Mars period is for 7 years, which he will obtain from October, 11th October, this I have written down here, 11th October 2020 to 11 October 2027. So just to utilize this period, or you will find that this is the best period, what best opportunity of your life you will get during this period. Now, whenever this period comes, as I have seen here, I will show you that in this period he obtained this best opportunity. What are those two best opportunities? First, he became the Chief Minister of Gujarat, right? So in 2001, on 3rd October, he replaced Keshubhai Patel as Chief Minister. Then on 7th October, I think he took the oath, but 3rd October was important day for his life. And in that period, the last period was Mars. You know, Mars is his ascendant Lord, Lagna Lord. So this period, I have written down here Venus, Mahadasha Venus, then Antardasa Mercury, again Venus, Pratintardasa, Sukshudasa Mercury again, and then Mars, the Pranadasha, right? The last period of Mars. How these periods are defined, I'll just talk about. Venus is in years, the Mahadasha is in years for 20 years. After this, Mercury's period will be in months, Venus period, okay, in days, Mercury period in hours we can calculate, and in minutes we can calculate Mars period. The fifth planet's period is in minutes, right? Or we can say whatever period you can find out, but this last period. So the time is just, you know, being decreased in up to minutes, okay? Years, months, hours, and then minutes, right? So these are the 5 years. First, years, months, hours, minutes. So taking years, months, then days. First was months, then in days, then hours and minutes. So these are the periods, major periods, how he has utilized. So on the 3rd October, this was the major period of his life. He took oath of, he replaced Keshubhai Patel on 3rd October 2001 as Chief Minister of Gujarat. So that was in Mars period. In the end, he got Mars. So this is best period. You have just seen here that whenever a person gets the opportunity of his Lagna Lord's period or Ascendant Lord's period, that is best. But condition is that the Lagna period must be, or the Lagna Lord must be very much a strong one. I mean, if it is strong or strength, full of strength, right? It is strong or placed very positively strong. Now here it is. Mars is in the Lagna, Lord or Ascendant Lord in the center, okay, in the Lagna itself, so very powerful, right? So Lagna Lord is very powerful in this case. So the period of Lagna Lord for him will be the best period of his life. Because of this only, I just predicted in 2017 when I saw the horoscope of his first time, right, in 2017, when a lot of hiccups were going on, a lot of abusive language were used by opposition leaders, right? Okay, in those days I just predicted that no, whatever the people are talking about him or this and that, number of opposition people were abusing him. Okay, abusive language they were using, like Manish Tiwari, I think, Congress leader or somebody, and then Digvijay Singh also, he took some. Okay, a lot of things they were using or abusing him. So in those period, okay, I predicted this, that he will be the Prime Minister in 2019 and 2024 also, because the best period of his life is coming from 2020 to 2027. So just utilize this period. He has to be the Chief Minister in 2019 as well as in 2024. So that I was not just coming to the light here, but this message I sent to my WhatsApp members, that can be seen very easily. No, I'm not denying this, because just recently I have again sent the same message to my WhatsApp members, and they have just realized. Some of them asking that what is their best period of life. Okay, so they have asked me this. That is the point, because that we can discuss later. Now come to the point. So what is the strength of his horoscope I'll talk about. What kind of horoscope of Mr. Modi is there, alright, or Prime Minister India is there. So Mr. Modi's horoscope is this. This is the Lagna horoscope, or may say Lagna chart or Kundli chart, right? Lagna Kundli. This is or birth horoscope is this one. What are the yogas? I have seen here that there are 35 yogas formed in this horoscope. Very strong horoscope I have seen of the Prime Minister up to now. All the Prime Ministers I have seen. Nehru's horoscope, Mrs. Indira Gandhi's horoscope I have seen, right? Rajiv Gandhi's horoscope I have seen. Almost all the Prime Minister's horoscope I have seen, but this is the strongest one I have seen here. Reason is what? What is the reason here? That his horoscope is having number of very strong yogas or conjunctions of planets. What are those yogas? Let me just talk about. First yoga is that his 11 is in fixed sign. Okay, whenever a fixed sign or most of the planets are placed in the fixed signs, the person is more determined, is very deterministic. Okay, he will take the decisions, very strong decisions. Cannot falsify, cannot speak untruth things. He will speak very truthful promises. Whatever promises he will say, or he has to keep them, or he will keep them. The reason is his horoscope is in the fixed sign. 8th sign is fixed sign. This Kendra, 4th house, is also in the fixed sign. All the Kendras are in the fixed sign. So almost all the planets are placed in the fixed signs. So whenever this kind of yoga or conjunction is formed in a horoscope of a person, that person is very deterministic, very promising one. So much promising that the other people will call him as an egoistic person or that kind of person. But he is very deterministic. Whatever promises he make, those promises he will keep. This is 100% true in this case, because this horoscope is, or any native who is having this kind of horoscope, he will be very deterministic, very promising one, truthful person. He will speak very truth, right? Or he cannot tell a lie to the people. Whatever promises he keep or he will make, he has to keep them, or he will keep them, right? Very deterministic, not easily changing his views, right? He will be very deterministic. Because of that, some people will call him as, or call this kind of native as an obstinate person, that very, very fascist person type of that. Okay, that kind of, that he is keeping all the promises. Whatever promises he did, he is going to fulfill them. The person is very deterministic, very promising one. Okay, so he is a fixed person. He cannot change his views. Whatever he promised, he will, or he has promised that promises he will keep. So this is what this horoscope is. Why? Because this is the fixed sign in which two planets are placed. Fixed sign, 4th house is also fixed sign. Jupiter is placed here. Now in the 10th house, Leo sign, this is Singh Rasi, 5th sign is also fixed sign. 7th house, sign 2 is also fixed sign. The lord of 7th house is Venus, which is placed in the 10th house. So that is also placed in the fixed sign. So almost all the planets. Now Mercury and Sun, right? Those two planets. Sun is lord of 10th house, which is fixed sign, but is placed in the 11th house, but having very 0 degree. I mean, this is 0 degree. Sun is of 0 degree, 38 minutes, 48 seconds, right? 0 degree means it is just tending towards his own house, I mean 10th house. So his Sun is also tending towards 10th house, means he is also occupying the 10th house, or may say that it's still tending towards 10th house or his own sign, right? That means this is also placed in the 10th house. So 10th house is most powerful. Now when 10th house is most powerful, or almost all the planets or major planets or number of planets are placed in the 10th house, aspecting the 10th house, then the person is professionally very strong. The profession of that person will be of higher category. Now, his becoming Prime Minister or Chief Minister is just, because his 10th house is very strong. 10th house is aspected, or two planets are placed here. Jupiter is aspecting it, alright. Even Sun and Mercury is retrograded, so aspecting the 10th house, right? Or Sun is at very 0 degree. Mercury is also at 0 degree, I think. Mercury is also 0 degree, 43 minutes, 33 seconds, but it is retrograded. Retrograded means is turning towards or aspecting the 10th house also. The 10th house is being aspected by 5 planets here. Jupiter, Venus is placed here, Saturn is placed here, and 2 more planets, Mercury and Sun. Okay, so almost all the fixed signs are being occupied by the planets, or planets are placed in the fixed signs. So this kind of yoga or conjunctions of planets is known as Mushal yoga. Is very deterministic. The person is very deterministic, very truthful, promising one, determined one, will keep his promises. Whatever promises he will make, he will promise, he will fulfill them. So fulfilling, promising person. So promises are being fulfilled by this person, or whosoever, I mean this kind of native who is born, or who is having this kind of horoscope, will be a very deterministic person, very promising one, truthful person, right? Cannot tell a lie. In this case, Jupiter is in the 4th house. 4th house is also very powerful. So this 4th house represents the promotions, the positions, right? Saturn is aspecting its own sign. The Kumbh Rasi, or this Aquarius sign, is lorded by Saturn. Saturn is aspecting from 10th house to 7th aspect of Saturn. Saturn is aspecting its own house, means this 4th house. 4th house is giving positions. So position is being uplifted. So position is given by this one. And even 10th house is what you call profession house, means the profession of a person is very of highest degree or higher degree. So 5th sign, Sun is the lord of 10th house, which is just having 0 degrees, turning towards 10th house. So whatever now which planets are more promising one, more positive one, in this case 10th lord, Lagna lord, even 7th lord, 4th lord also, Saturn. Okay, so all these planets, all central lords or Kendra lord, because 7th lord is 7th house is 10th from 10th, so is showing what you call the profession side, day to day, even so day to day jobs, profession of day to day daily life promises, or the work which is presented daily, that work is presented by 7th house. And 7th house is known as 10th from 10th. Why? Because 10th house is this things Leo sign, 10th house. From 10th house is 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. So 7th house is 10th from 10th. So whatever, if 10th house is 7th house is very what you call a strong one, that means the profession of a person of daily or day-to-day work will be very strong one. Okay, so when Venus period run, right, when he was having, or when he had Venus period is, let me write here the period. Now first of all, okay, let me talk about our period later, but first let me talk about what is the strength of his horoscope. The horoscope, the moon is in the ascendant, means Lagna. Moon is 9th lord. What I talked about, that moon period is running at the moment, and when Mars and Moon both are placed in the Lagna or ascendant. Mars is Lagna Lord, means ascendant Lord, is very strong here. Moon is debilitated in the Scorpio sign, this 8th sign. Moon is debilitated, means is going to be in the lowest sign, but it's the lowest sign or debilitated sign, but because the Lord of that house or that sign is placed here, right, and that is that exaltation. The planet is now, that's known as Neech Bangaraj Yoga, means his debilitation is cancelled. Debilitation, when a planet's debilitation is cancelled, it becomes exalted. So exaltation, right, is obtained by Moon. So Moon is exalted in this case. And secondly, why this Neech Bangaraj Yoga? Because Lagna Lord, the Lord of the sign in which Moon is placed, the Lord of that sign is also placed with it, right, with Moon. Mars is placed with the Moon, so it is Neech Bangaraj Yoga. One thing is second Neech Bangaraj Yoga is this, that Moon is debilitated, his debilitation sign, debilitation degree is 3 degree, but here Moon's degree is 9 degree. Moon is at 9 degree 36 minutes 58 seconds. That means Moon's debilitation degree is crossed by Moon, so it is not debilitated. Actually, is not debilitated, right? But it is Lord of 9th house. The 4th sign, Cancer sign, is in the 9th house, right? This is the 9th house here, 4th sign, Cancer sign, right? Lord of Cancer sign is Moon. Moon is 9th Lord, is placed in the Lagna, ascendant, is Lagna Lord, very strong position. So in 9th house or Bhagya house, this destiny house, 9th house known as destiny, or Lagna means Bhagya sign, okay, or Bhagya house. We say this house is destiny house, right? Destiny represented by Cancer here, the Moon. The Moon is 9th house Lord, that means Bhagya house Lord or destiny Lord. Destiny is very powerful of this person, right, of this native. Destiny is very powerful, is presented by Moon, and Moon is placed in the with the Lagna. When Lagna Lord or ascendant Lord is very strong, is powerful, and 9th Lord is also very powerful, and if this position of any person's house is there or any person's horoscope is there, in any horoscope of a person or in any native's horoscope, if ascendant Lord is very strong or having power, right, 9th Lord is also very powerful, and both are powerful, then these two are giving the person everlasting prosperity. Everlasting prosperity means the person's prosperity will increase day by day. This is what is promised, and for that I have written down here the Sanskrit slok here, Sanskrit verse here. What is that Sanskrit verse? Bhavat Nrapati Mukhyo. Bhavat Nrapati Mukhyo means the person will become king of kings, means main person or the right, the main among the kings or king of kings, you may say. The Bhavat Nrapati Mukhyo Bhagya Lagnadinathu. Bhagya means destiny house, Bhagya Lagnadinathu. The Lord of destiny house means 9th house, and the Lagna house means ascendant Lord. The ascendant Lord and 9th Lord means destiny house, Bhagya Lagnadinathu. Yadi Bala Sahito Chet. Both are powerful, both have power, they are very strongly placed, right? Then Saswat Aishwarya Yukta. The person will be always have prosperity. Saswat Aishwarya Yukta. Always the person will remain Aishwarya Yukta. Aishwarya Yukta means prosper. Always prosperity will be there with the person. Prosperity means in this case day by day the person will become very famous or very prosper, right? So prosperity is always promised. This one horoscope, this one, what do you call it, conjunction of the planets, 9th Lord and 11th Lord, both are powerful, both are placed together, both are friends, because Mars and Moon are friends. Sun, Mars, Moon and Jupiter. These four are known as Daivagana, right, or godly planets, or they are known as gods, right? Devtagan, right? Devgan. Devgan, they are Devgan, or they are friendly signs, or they are friendly planets. Whenever their period will come, they will be very fruitful, right? Or they will what you call add in their results. Mostly they are very, because they are closely friends or they are close friends, right? So Mars, Moon, Sun and Jupiter. Jupiter is aspect in 9th house, but it is 12th house, 9th aspect, 7th, 8th, 9th. Now let me talk about other things. So this is most powerful. Reason is 9th lord and Lagna lord both are powerful. First I talked about Mushal Yoga, that means all the fixed signs, all the planets are placed in the fixed signs. These two, Sun and Mercury, Rahu Ketu are not considered as major planet, but they are Chaya Graha or sensitive points, right? Other than Rahu Ketu, we talk about those 7 planets. What are those 7 planets? Mars, Moon, Jupiter, Saturn, Venus and Sun and Mercury, right? Except Rahu and Ketu. So these 7 planets must be placed in fixed signs, right? So majority of them is placed in the fixed sign. Even Sun and Mercury, Mercury is aspecting the fixed sign, 10th house, and Sun is having 0 degree, is also tending towards 10th house, means its own house, Singh sign or Singh Rasi, is Leo sign. So Leo sign is being aspected by Sun, right? Because Sun is having 0 degree, is being tending towards Leo sign. So 10th house is occupied by these 4 planets, or aspected by 4 planets: Saturn, Venus, Mercury, Sun, as well as Jupiter, aspecting by 7th aspect. So 10th house is very powerful, most powerful. This kind of horoscope is very strong, very powerful. As I see, very rare type of horoscope is this, because very, very powerful. Now in this case, so whenever this periods of 10th lord means Sun, 11th lord Mars, Moon is 9th lord, moon period is still running, because it is up to 2020, 11th October 2020, up to that period. From 2010, for 10 years moon period is running at present. So moon period is also very positive. You have seen here, right? Because he became the prime minister in after 2014, right? In the same period of moon, he has become the prime minister. So moon period he became prime minister, because since 2010 moon period is running. So in 14 he became prime minister. Again 2019 he became prime minister. 2 times he has become prime minister. Means in the period of moon. Moon is 9th lord, very strong one. They are placed in the with ascendant lord. So he is very strong, very powerful. 9th lord is powerful, running. The period of it is running at the moment, right? Second thing, now period of 11th lord, and before that Venus period was, Sun period was there, 10th house lord period was there from 2004 to 2010. So during that period also he became chief minister of Gujarat again, right? And after 2001 or 2002 he became again prime minister, right? During that period, in 2007 or somewhere, I think 2002 to 2007, then again he became chief minister. So that is, during that period of 10th lord. So the sun period has gone for 6 years, from 4 to 2010. From 2010 to 2020, the period of moon is being running, or is being run at the moment, presently running. So that period is also very positive, means better period. So 2 better periods of sun's period, moon's period he has opted. Even Venus period, because Venus is influencing the 10th house and is lord of 7th house, lord of 12th house. So as a lord of 10th house, 7th house, 10th from 10th, it has given positive results. What he became the chief minister first time in Gujarat 2001, right? So in 2001, but one bad event happened in his period, that the Gujarat riots happened, but that has also given not some negative point, but that negative sign because of this destiny sign, means Lagna lord, 9th lord, moon. So moon's period has, due to almost all kinds of what you call abusive language used by people, will be beneficial for him. Reason is indirectly he will be benefited because of this Neech Vangaraj Yoga. Moon's period, because destiny is very powerful, very supportive to him, because the destiny period is running at the moment, or moon is very powerful. Whenever the